Hello good people, I want to talk today about using your van as a daily vehicle. I live in bricks and mortar, but I have a T4. I use this basically as my main runabout. I don't particularly like cars, I find them uncomfortable. I prefer the driving position of vans. So in terms of running costs, my insurance is pretty much the same as any car. Fuel wise, I'll get a good probably about 30-35 to the gallon on this, so about £40 of diesel. I'll get probably 225 miles just around town, a bit more on a good run. So yeah, it is a converted camper. I don't know if you've seen the videos before, I did it all myself. So you've got a double bed, kitchen unit, electrics, lights and what have you in the back. I kept it pretty stealth, so it just looks like a general runabout van. I do the school runs in it, no problem at all. Reliability, touch wood, not really had any major problems with this since I've owned it. But yeah, the good thing about owning a van like this, again, you can do the school runs, I can get the kids in here, no problem at all. And whenever we want, the weekends, we can just fill it up with clothes and what have you, and just go out for the day. And if we want to, we can just camp over anywhere. This is pretty much self-sufficient. It's got all electric, 12 volt, so I can live for a couple of days in this, no problem at all. So if you're thinking about getting a van, but you obviously live in bricks and mortar, still a good option. Again, I prefer driving vans to cars. It drives nice, it's easy to park. Being a T4, it's quite small, so you can get it in normal parking spaces. Parks on the drive fine, you know, don't take up too much room. I've had big vans before where you need like 2 to 4 spaces, especially if you want to go to the seaside on a busy season. It can be an absolute nightmare to park, but in a van like this you can get in a normal space. Very comfortable, nice driving position. I've got a bad back, so I do suffer a little bit on long journeys, but you know, it's an old van, but it's still nice. I'd like to have the newer models, you know, the T5s, T6s, where they've got the quicker engines and what have you, but you know, they're a bit more refined than this. It's a bit slow pulling out, especially up hills. You do sort of struggle a bit, but you know, stops you speeding. You know, you don't get any points on your license. But yeah, in terms of a daily van, it's ideal. And then you still got all your camping stuff in the back there. So also in the back, I sort of designed it so you still got plenty of room to put big items in, plenty of storage. A lot of people will put the rock and roll beds in. They do look nice, they are practical, but you're sort of losing a lot of that storage space. So this way it's still usable, good for the days out. And if you got the tailgate version, you've got a nice bit of cover when you're having a cup of tea or something. You know, you can sort of hide under the back of it, stops you getting wet. But yeah, running costs, parts are pretty cheap on these, tyres are cheap. It's got again with a 1.9 TDI engine, so easy to service, and parts are easy to get. Another good thing with these is not being too tall. They're about 1.8 meters tall, so you generally get into most car parks with the barriers. Where the bigger vans, the high tops, you got no chance. Another thing I like about vans is the mirrors. These are not the biggest you normally get in a van, but you just get a good sort of view of parking up. And I actually find vans easier to park than cars, just because you can see a bit more in the mirrors, and they're pretty sort of squared off, so you can sort of judge distances and things like that a bit easier. The luxuries, my one's got the windy windows, but it's good for exercise. I've got the tape player in mine, it doesn't really bother me. I've got a Bluetooth receiver there, so I just connect my phone to it via the Bluetooth and it picks up the radio through the FM signal. No air conditioning, I prefer to drive with the windows open. Got my rear view mirror so you can still see out the back windows, and again, room for 3 people, and yeah, loads of room in the back. So again, for anybody who hasn't seen the channel before, it's just a basic VWT4 1.9 TDI. Just had a few little mods like, you know, bonnet bra, painted the wheels, but yeah, it looks pretty stealthy, and yeah, that's my daily runabout. So hope you enjoyed the video, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.